Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video we are going to see the questions related to your Cognizant GenC Aptitude Assessment, and these are the exact questions which have came in the Cognizant GenC Aptitude Assessment, and chances are very high that the assessment that you are going to appear for, the exact questions are going to repeat. So I would highly suggest you that please take some time and prepare these questions well, and you also have to remember the answers, because you will get the questions with the exact same options also. So if you remember that you have solved this question, you can just directly pick out the solutions when you appear for the exam. But I don't suggest you to directly by heart the questions and just appear for it. Instead, I will be solving the questions in this video, so you also should focus on solving the questions in your assessment, and you should learn basically. So guys, make sure that you watch the video till complete end, and if you have any doubts in any of the questions, do let me know in the comment section. And if you are finding this video helpful, please do write the word helpful in the comment section. With that, I get to know how many of you are preparing for it and how many of you are finding it helpful, so I can post more content related to that. Also, before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it really motivates me to bring more such helpful content for all of you. And you can see I already have a playlist on Cognizant Prep. Okay, you will find a lot of helpful videos related to your GenC examination in this playlist. I have already covered a lot of questions which were asked in the previous GenC assessments, so this is going to be super helpful for you. Make sure to check this playlist. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. Let's look at this question that we have. The table below gives the number of students in each class and the percentage of students in the class who like hockey, baseball and table tennis. Study the table carefully and answer the questions that follows. Basically, we are given the data of students in a class and their percentage, okay, like who likes hockey, baseball and table tennis. We have this data in this table. What we are asked is the number of students who like hockey in class 8 is what percentage of number of students who like table tennis in class 12. See, number of students who likes hockey are here, and number of students who like table tennis are here, and that too we have to find out the question. We are asked the question about class 8, right? And table tennis ones are class 12. So these two rows data we need to see, but before that we need to find out the number of students. Okay, these are the total number of students. Okay, and out of them 30% of 80 will like hockey, and then 20% of 80 will like baseball. In this way the data is given. So in order to find the ratio which is asked to us, okay, or like the relation which is asked to us, what we need to do is, the first thing what is asked to us is number of students who like hockey in class 8. Let's find this out. Okay, number of students like hockey in class 8. Let's see how can we find that out. So if you see, class 8 is this and hockey is 30%. So 30% of 80 students like hockey. Okay, so how we can write 30% in this way, and of 80 will be this one. Okay, so if we cancel out this 0 and this zeros will cancel. Okay, so 3 8s are 24. There are 24 students who like hockey and they are in class 8. Let's see the next thing. What percentage of the number of students who like table tennis in class 12? So for that also, let's find out the number of students like table tennis and they are in class 12. Okay, this is the thing that we need to find out. If you see, class 12 and table tennis is 60%. So what we will find out, 60% of total students in class 12, which is 90. So 60% we can write it this way, 60 upon 100 into 90. This will, zeros will cancel with zeros. We will be left with 6 9s are 54, right? So now we have the number of students. Now what we are asked is number of students who like is what percentage the number of students who like this. So basically we have to find the relation of their percentage. How can we do this? Simply 24 by 5, 4 percentage and percentage, right? So in order to simplify this, how can we do that, right? 54 into 100, simple. Now what we will do, we will just try to cut it off. So we will cut with 6 4s are 24, 6 9s are 54. So 4 by 9 into 100, right? So we can say 4 by if you divide it further, it will be 400 divided by 9. If you try to cut it, it will be like 4. So 4 9 4s are 36, and then again 4. So again it will be 4.44. In this way it will go. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B, which is 4.44. Okay, the correct answer is option B, which is 4.44. Hope you have understood the logic. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question is, to solve a crime, police interrogate both Felix and Victor. Felix speaks truth in 60% of cases and Victor in 40% of the cases. Police can catch the criminal only if at least one of them speaks the truth. What is the probability that police catch the criminal? And we have the options as 21 by 25, 24 by 25, 6 by 25 and 19 by 25. Let's try to solve this question. See, first of all, let's note down the data which is given to us. Okay. So Felix truth probability. Okay. Felix speaks truth with the probability of what? 60%, right? So 60% can be written as in what way? 0.6, right? 60 upon 100. So Felix truth probability is 0.6. In the same way, Victor truth's probability is what? Okay, see, it is that this data is given from here. Okay, Felix speaks the truth in 60% of cases and Victor in 40% of the cases. So from here we are taking this data. So Victor speaks the truth in 40% of the cases. So this can be written as 0.4. Okay, so this is the probability of truth that we have taken. Now what we need to find, let's see. Police can catch the criminal only if at least one of them speaks the truth. Okay, so see how to find out if one of them speaks the truth. So what we can say is, out of total, if we minus the combined probability of them speaking lie. Okay, combined probability of lie. Okay, when we will solve, you will understand it better. So we are going to follow this one now. So till now we have found out the probability of truth for Felix and Victor. Now what we will do is find out the probability of lie. So Felix lie probability is how much? So if 0.6 is for truth, the remaining will be lie, which is 1 minus 0.6. 1 minus 0.6, it is going to give us 0.4. In the same way, for Victor, the lie probability is 1 minus 0.4. Okay, so this is going to give us what? 0.6. So we have got the lie probability. Now what we will do, we will combine. Okay, we will combine both the lie probability, because I told you, right, we need to subtract it from total, which is 1. So probability of combined lies will be 0.4 multiplied by 0.6. That is going to give us 0.24. Okay, now we have the combined lies. Now final answer we are finding out, that is probability that at least one person speaks truth. Okay, one speaks truth. This is what we are we have to find out. Okay, if you see in the question, at least one of them speaks the truth. So the probability of one of them speaks the truth is 1 minus probability of both lying. Okay, so if we remove the probability of both lying out of 1, we will be having the only probability is probability of at least one of them speaking the truth. So see, 1 minus probability of both of them lying, 0.24. This is going to give us 0.76. Now we are not having the options in like decimals, so we will convert this to what? Fractions. So 76 by 100. Now we will cut it off. So you can cut it off, and then the final will be 19 by 25. Okay, so the correct answer is going to be 19 by 25, which is option number D for this question. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay guys, so let's see this question. Macro invested in 2 schemes, $42,000 in scheme A for 1 year at a simple annual rate of 5% per annum, and $14,000 in scheme B for 2 years at annual interest rate of 8% per annum, compounded semi-annually. What is the approximate difference in interest earned by both the schemes? We have the different options. So see guys, how can you solve this question? First of all, it is told that first investment that he is doing is like at a simple interest rate, and then second investment he is doing at a compound interest. So we have the formulas for simple interest and compound interest. You will substitute the values that are given to you in the question. Principal is given to us 42,000, and then rate is 5%, and then time of the year is 1. Okay, so then 100, which is equals to 2100. Finally, when you will solve it, you will get the value as 16378, and for compound interest you will get the value as this one, and for simple interest you will get the value as this one. Okay, so see, this is the amount value. Based on this amount value, you will find the final compound interest, which is 2378. You will subtract both the values, you will get the final answer as 278. Okay, so in this way you have to solve this question, that is the difference between both the amounts, that is 278. Let's look at this question. So in this question, we are asked, in how many years would the amount $750 becomes $825, okay, under a simple interest rate of 5% per annum. See, so how we will solve this one? This is a question based on simple interest. So in the simple interest, we have a simple formula, that is amount is equals to what? Principal plus simple interest. Okay, now we have to find what? We have to find how many years, which means we have to find time value. Okay, just understand that. So see, in this formula, where is time? There is nowhere time, right? But you have to understand that there is a formula of simple interest, which is PRT by 100. Okay, here P is the principal, R is the rate, T is the time. Okay, so let's see. The total amount that is given to us is 825. It is already given us to us in the question. Okay, so we will substitute it here. Principal amount that we had was 750, so I will substitute that. Okay, plus simple interest. Now let's try to find out what we will get. Okay, so see, simple interest we will try to find from here. So simple interest will be 825 minus 750, which is going to be 75. So from here we got the value of simple interest. Now we will put this value of simple interest here and we will try to find the value of time. So principal amount is what? Principal amount is again 750, and then we have rate as 5% per annum, and we have time that we need to find out, divide by 100. Let's see how we can find it out. So T we will keep it here and remaining things we will send it over there. So 75 into 100 will go up, and then below 750 multiplied by 5 will come. Okay, so we will get the equation as 7500 divided by 3750. When you will multiply, you will get it this. Okay, so finally when you will like cancel it and all, you will get the value as 2, which is 2 years. Okay, so the time will be 2 years, hence the correct answer will be option number C. Let's look at this question, guys. So in this question, the question is there, that is Paula and Sarah leave block P and Q towards Q and P respectively simultaneously and travel in the same route. After meeting each other on the way, Sarah takes 3 hours to reach her destination, while Paula takes 5 hours to reach her destination. If the speed of Sarah is 40 km per hour, what is the average speed of Paula and Sarah? So guys, see, first of all, whenever you have to calculate the average speed, this is the formula or a quick short trick, not a short trick but a formula that you can use to find the average speed. Okay, you can say the average speed is what? Total distance upon total time taken. Okay, so let's see how we can find out the distance and time values. See, we have the formula speed equal to distance upon time. So now with this formula we can say distance is equal to speed into time. Now if you see in the question, distance speed of Sarah is given already, right? Speed of Sarah is 40, and also we are given the time taken by Sarah. So time taken by Sarah is 3 hours. So when you will solve it, you will get the distance as 120. Now if you notice in the question that they both are moving from P to Q and Q to P. Okay, one is moving from P to Q and other is moving from Q to P, which means the distance is going to be same for both. So what we are going to take is distance is 120 plus 120, because distance is same, right? So the total distance will be how much? 120 plus 120, and then we have to take total time also. So we, in the question it is given to us that Sarah takes 3 hours to reach and then Paula takes 5 hours to reach. So we will sum up those times also, that is 5 plus 3. So we will get 8. So on top we will get 240 and below we will get 8. When you will cancel it, you will get the value as 30, which is the average speed. But if you notice the options, we don't have that. So you have to select the nearest most. So which means 34.92 we will select. So the correct answer in this case will be 34.92. Okay. Let's look at this question. At what rate of compound interest per annum a sum of $34,000 becomes $37,485 in 2 years? Okay, so see, this solving this is like easy if you know the formula. So we have a formula for compound interest. Okay, the formula is A is equals to P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the power of T. Okay, where there are few things. Okay, P stands for principal. Okay, A stands for final amount and T stands for time and R stands for rate. Okay, what we are asked is at what rate, which means we are asked this value, remaining everything is given to us. Let's start substituting the values that we have. So see, amount that is given to us is this one. Okay, that is the final amount, which is 37,485. So 37,485. This is equals to what? Principal. The principal that is given to us, principal is what? The invested money, which is 34,000. Okay. Now 1 plus what is R? R is not given to us. We have to find that. Okay. Divide by 100. Time that is given to us is 2 years. So T value we will take 2 years. Now our work is to simplify this equation and to find the value of R. Let's see how we can do that. 37,485. I will bring this 34,000 down here. Okay. And then we are left with 1 plus R by 100 square. Okay, here this side. When you will cancel this out, you will get the value, not cancelling, but you will have to like perfectly divide. So you will get the value in decimal, which is going to be 1.1025, and then we will have the same things here, which is 1 plus r by 100 square. Okay, now to solve it further, see this is square this side, so what we can do, we can write it in this way, like this can go there, so it will become 1.1025 under root, and this one here we have one value only. Okay, now we are not taking square. So now if you solve it further, it is going to be what, this is going to solve up to 1.05, and this is going to be 1 plus r by 100, right? 1 plus r by 100. See, now if you solve it further, you can get it like r by 100 and 1.05 minus 1, which is going to be 0.05. Okay, so your final r value is going to be what, 0.05 into 100, which is going to be 5. So your rate will be how much, 5%. Okay, the final answer is going to be option number B. Hope you have understood the logic. Let's look at this question that we have. Let m and n be two events such as probability of m is equals to 7 by 12 and probability of n is equals to 9 by 12, and probability of m and n is equals to 1. What is the probability of occurrence of event m if event n has already occurred? See, let's see how we will solve this question. See guys, we have a formula, okay, for conditional probability, that is this one, p of m n divided by p of n. Okay, this is the formula that we have. We have to use this formula to solve the question. Now since we know, basically in order to solve this question, you should be aware about the concepts of probability and its formulas. Okay, so I'm writing the formulas quickly on your screen so that you can see how we will solve this question. Basically you just have to understand that this is the answer of this question, because these questions get repeated many times. Okay, so see, p of probability of m is given to us as 7 by 12 plus 9 by 12 minus probability of m n. Okay, then this one we will solve it. We will get 1 is equals to 16 by 12. Okay, and then we are substituting just the same values. Finally solving it, we will get the value as 16 by 12 minus 1, this will go there, so 16 by 12 minus 1, which is going to equals to 4 by 12. Okay, now what we will do, we will simply substitute in this formula. We have found out the upper value, which is going to be 4 by 12, and the lower value is 9 by 12. Okay, when you will solve it further, you will get the answer as 4 by 9. Okay, hence the correct answer for this question is 4 by 9. Guys, this question has been repeated most number of times, so make sure that you are aware of at least the answer of this question, because you can get exact same question in your assessment also. Let's look at this question that we have. This is the question based on graph, guys. So see, you will be given a graph and you are asked some question. Let's see the note first of all. All the values are increased over previous years. In 2014, the price of an item was $2,000 and the number of units sold was 50,000. So sales by value is equals to price into number of units sold. It is given to us, and we are asked what was the percentage increase in the price of an item from 2014 to 2016. Okay, and here some data is given, that is percentage increase in the price and the number of units sold of an item over a period of 5 years. Okay, basically see, we are not concerned much with the number of items sold, because we are asked price, okay, and the percentage increase in the price. So what we will do is, we will see first of all the data that is given to us is price in 2014 was how much, to $2,000, right? It is given to us here. Okay, now percentage increase in price from 2014 to 2016 we have to calculate, right? Now from 2014 to 2015, how much percentage it has increased? 15%. That is what we have written here. 15% price increase in 2015, and then 20% has increased in 2016. Okay, now we have to calculate the prices now. Okay, so this is the percentage increase that we are told. So we were told that in 2014 the price was 2000, so the price in 2015 will be how much? 2000 plus the increase, right? Which means 50% of 2000. So when you will solve it, you will get the new price value, that is 2300. So you can say that in 2015 the price value was 2300. Okay, now again we will calculate the price in 2016. So what we will take? We will take the price which was there in the last year, that is 2300, plus the percentage increase that has happened in this year, that is in 2016. So in 2016 we can see from the diagram that the percentage increase has happened 20%. So we will do 20% of 2300. Okay, here. So when you will solve it, you will get the new price as 2760. Okay, which is the new price in 2016. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the percentage increase from 2014 to 2016. Okay. Now whenever you have to calculate percentage increase over a duration of time, what you will do is like the new price. Okay, new price minus old price divided by old. Okay, this will give you the final answer. So see, we have taken that only, the new price, that is 2760 minus the old one divided by old one. So when you will subtract this, you will get 760 divided by 2000, you will get final answer as 0.38. okay, so that is why the correct answer for this question is going to be option number C, that is 0.38. So guys, you should practice these questions. These are the must, because these questions are very regularly getting repeated, so you can't miss on. At least if you can't practice too much, then at least understand that the answer of this will be 0.38. that will be also more than helpful for you. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is, in 2020 the transportation cost of a bike was 25% of its manufacturing cost. From 2020 to 2021, its manufacturing cost increased by 25%. The transportation cost in 2021 was 40% of the manufacturing cost in that year. By what percentage should the total cost in 2021 be reduced to bring it back to the total cost in 2020? See, the formula that we have is total cost equals to manufacturing cost plus transportation cost. Okay, that is given to us already. So see, first thing is we need to find few things. Okay, see what it is asking. What is it is asking is, by what percentage should the total cost in 2021 be reduced to bring back the total cost in 2020. See, so what we can say is reduction. Okay, this can be called as reduction, right? Because we are reducing things. So how can we do the reduction? Reduction can be done by like we need the total cost, okay, in 2021 minus total cost in 2020. Okay, if we do that, so we get total cost in 2020. If we do that, we get reduction. Okay, now in order to get total cost in 2021, total cost in 2022, we need to find some things. Okay, so let's start finding with total cost in 2020. So total cost in 2020 will be equals to what? Manufacturing cost in 2020. If you see, manufacturing cost in 2020 is given to us. So manufacturing cost in 2020 is not given, so let's suppose it to be M. Okay, because it is given 25% of manufacturing cost. Okay, directly manufacturing cost is not given, so we are considering it M, and then 25% of manufacturing cost, which can be written as 0.25 M, right? 25% of manufacturing cost is what? 25% of M, right? So this can be written as 25 divided by 100 into M, right? And then further can be written as 0.25 M. Okay, so that is how I've directly taken it as 0.25 M. Okay, here now this is the total cost in 2020. So if we simplify it, we will get it 1.25 M. Okay, that is the total cost in 2020, total manufacturing cost. Now let us calculate the total manufacturing cost in 2021. In order to calculate the total manufacturing cost, what do we know? We need to have manufacturing cost and transportation cost. Let's see. So total manufacturing cost in 2021 will be equals to what? Manufacturing cost in 2021. So see, do we have something? From 2020 to 2021, its manufacturing cost is increased by 25%. That is what it is told to us, right? And then the transportation cost was 40% of the manufacturing cost in that year. See, it is told us that the transportation cost was 40% of the manufacturing cost. So manufacturing cost is what? Manufacturing cost in 2021 will be if you see M. Okay, again, because we are not given the manufacturing cost here also, so we will consider it in terms of M, and then we will add what? 25%, because it is told 25%, right? It is increased 25%, so 0.25 M. This will also be 1.25 M. Okay, next we also need this is not total cost. Okay, this is manufacturing cost. Just understand, this much is manufacturing cost. In order to find the total cost, we will need transportation. We need to add transportation costs also, right? Because we have seen that. Now let's add transportation cost. So what is transportation cost? Transportation cost is 40% of the manufacturing cost. So 40% can be written as 0.40 plus manufacturing cost. Okay, which is the new manufacturing cost is 1.25. So this is going to give us it is off. Okay, so 40% of 1.25. 40% of 1.25 is going to give us 0.50 M. Okay, now this is the transportation cost. So our total cost will be this one 1.25 m plus 0.50 m. Okay, so if you add both of them, you will get 1.75 m. Okay, so now we have got the total cost in 2021. So now what we need to find, our formula that we have written, right? Reduction. So reduction, in order to calculate, we need total cost in 2021, which is 1.75 minus total cost in 2020, which was 1.25. Okay, so we have found out the reduction thing. So 1.75 minus 1.25 is going to give us 0.50 m. Okay, don't forget to mention m everywhere, because m was a part of it, which is manufacturing cost. Now we are asked percentage reduction, right? Percentage. So we have to convert it, and we have to find out the percentage reduction. How can you find out the percentage reduction? So in order to calculate the percentage reduction, you have to do this reduction value that you have got divided by the total reduction, okay, which was 1.75. okay, total cost basically divided by the total cost, 1.75 into 100. This will give us the percentage value. So you can you can solve it further. It is going to be 50 upon 175 into 100, and then finally you are going to get 28.57% as the answer of this question. The correct answer is going to be option number A, which is going to be 28.57%. Okay, 28.57%. Hope you have understood it. See, it was easy, but the things were tricky. Basically, you need to find out initially the total cost in 2020, total cost in 2021. Once you have found the total cost, you need to find reduction. Once reduction is found out, then you have to find percentage reduction. Okay, so percentage reduction, how you will find out the reduction value that you have got, and then the total cost that you have into 100. So in this way, final answer can be deduced as 28.57%. Hope you have understood the logic. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is, a man, woman and a girl can complete the work in 24 days, 48 days and 144 days respectively. How many girls must be assisting 3 men and 4 women to complete the work in 4 days? See, basically we are given 3 people, okay, like man, woman and girl, and we are told that how much work they can complete. Okay, so let's try to note down the data which is given to us. First thing that we are told is man's work per day. Okay, we can deduce that one from the data given. So man's work per day is what? See, man, woman and girl can complete the work in 24, 48 and 144 days. Via this we can write it, in one day man can complete 1 by 24 work. Okay, in the same way, woman's work per day is equals to how much? 1 by 48. In the same way, girls work per day is going to be 1 by 144. Okay, we have noted down these values. Now let's see how many girls must assist 3 men and 4 women. So first of all, in order to understand how many girls must assist, first of all we have to understand how much work 3 men and 4 women will do. Okay, so 3 men and 4 women work will be, how can we calculate this? So 3 into the work done in one day, which is 1 into 24, 1 by 24 plus 4 women work, okay, which is 4 into 1 by 48. Okay, if you simplify it, it is going to be like 1 by 8, because 3 and 24 will cut by 8. So 1 by 8 plus 4, and this will cut by 1 by 12. Okay, so this is the values that you will get, that is 1 by 8 plus 1 by 12. Now I'm not solving it like here, because you can directly solve it, otherwise it will take more time. So I'm just directly writing the solution, final solution that we will get after adding these two. The final value that we will get after adding these two will be 5 by 6. Okay, so now we have got the work done by 3 men and 4 women, which will be 5 by 6. Now what we will do, we have been told that this much is the work that they have already done. Okay, now for the remaining work we want girls. Okay, so to assist in the remaining work, so see, total work is 1, right? Total work is 1. So work left, okay, work left will be how much? 1 minus 5 by 6, correct? So 1 minus 5 by 6 is 1 by 6. Okay, so this is the works that needs to be done by girls. Okay, so let's understand how many girls will be required to complete this much amount of work. We have already seen one girl can do 1 by one girl in 4 days can do how much work? See, girls in 1 day can do this much of work, right? We have already written this above. that girls per day will do 1 by 144. So girl 4-day work, one girl 4-day work is 1 by 144 into 4, okay, which is 4 by 144, which is 1 by 36. So number of girls needed to complete 1 by 6 work, okay. So number of girls, why 1 by 6? Because 1 by 6 is the only left, okay. Number of girls needed for 1 by 6 work will be 1 by 6, that is the total work left divided by the work done by one girl. So when you will solve this, 1 by 6 into 36 by 1, it is going to be 6, okay. So you will need 6 girls who can complete the work in 4 days, okay. Hope you have understood it. If you have not understood it, I would highly suggest to like revise it once again. You will easily get it. See, first of all, we were given the data, that is men's work, women's work and girl works, okay. How many days they will take to complete. So based on that, we have taken the work done per day, okay. So that is what men's per day work is 1 by 24, women's per day work is 1 by 48 and girls per day work is 1 by 44. Based on that, we have calculated the work done by 3 men and 4 women, which is going to be 5 by 6. So the total work was 1 and remaining work is 1 minus 5 by 6, which is 1 by 6, and this remaining work needs to be done by girls. So then what we have done, we are told that the girls needs to complete in 4 days, right? So one girl in 4 days can do how much work? So 4 by 144, which is simplifies it to be 136. So then we have taken the total work divided by this value, which is 1 by 36. Finally, we have got the value as 6. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Okay, so we have this question. Let's look at this question that we have. Harish, a bank officer, invests $7,600 per month. He spent 50% of it on the stock market and 40% of the remaining on cryptocurrency market. Out of the remaining amount, he invests in mutual fund. What is the amount that he invests in mutual fund? So guys, let's understand how we can solve this problem. Basically, Harish is investing in 3 things. First is he's investing $7,600 per month, okay. That is the first investment that he is making, and then he is spending 50% of it on the stock market, okay, the stock market, and then remaining 40% he is spending on cryptocurrency, okay. And then like out of the remaining amount, he invests in mutual fund. So whatever is remaining at the end, he is investing in mutual fund. So we have to find out what is the fund that is remaining at the end. So after reducing all the amounts, whatever is left at the end will be our final answer. Let's see how we will solve it. See, first of all, 50% of whatever the amount that we had, which is 7,600, okay. This is the amount that he is spending on stock market, okay, because that is given to us, right, initially. 50% of 7,600 will be how much? 50 by 100 into 7,600, okay. This is going to sum up to 3,800, okay. So this much he is getting, okay, after investing in stock market. So amount spent on cryptocurrency is what? So amount spent on cryptocurrency was 40%, right? So how much we have left with? 3,800. So out of this, 40% he will spend on not spend but invest in cryptocurrency. So 40 by 100 into 3,800, okay. This will give the answer as 1520. Okay, now what is the remaining amount that we are left with? The remaining amount will be we had 3,800 minus we invested 1,520 in the cryptocurrency, so we are left with 2,280. Okay, now 2,280 is the amount that Harish will invest in mutual fund, okay, because that is what we have to find. See, initially he had 7,600. Out of that, 50% he invested in stock market, which means 3,800 he invested in stock market. Out of that, what was remaining, of which he will invest in cryptocurrency, 40% of that in cryptocurrency. So we were left with 3,800 more. So out of that, 40% he will invest in cryptocurrency, which means 1,520 he will invest in cryptocurrency. So out of the remaining, if 50% is gone, which means out of 3,800, if 50-20 is gone, we are left with 2,280. So this is the amount that he is left with, and he will invest all of this in the mutual fund. So the correct answer is going to be option A. Hope you have understood it. Let's move on to the next one now. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is, if P is to Q is equals to Q is to R is equals to 7 is to 13, then we have to find the ratio P is to Q is to R, and we are given different options. We have to select the final answer from these given options. Let's try to solve this question. First of all, let's take the initial ratio that is given to us, P is to Q is equals to Q is to R is equals to 7 is to 13. Okay, now based on this, what we can write? Can we write this? P is to Q is equals to 7 is to 13 and Q is to R is equals to 7 is to 13, right? We can absolutely write this. Now what we will assume is our value of Q, let us consider that let Q is equals to 7x. Okay, based on this we have taken, so Q is having the ratio 7, so that is why we have assumed Q is equals to 7x. Now what we will do, we will substitute the values basically from P is to Q is equals to 7 is to 13, which is this first equation. Okay, this one. We are now what we are doing is we are substituting the value of P. So P can be written as what? P can be written as 7 by 13Q, right? Because see, I'll tell you quickly if you have not understood. P is to Q is 7 is to 13, right? Which can also be written as P by Q is 7 by 13, right? So now what we are trying to find out, we are trying to find out Q, right? So Q can be written as, we are trying to find out P, so P can be written as 7 by 13 Q, right? So that is what we are just doing here. So P is what? 7 by 13 Q, and then what we will do, we will substitute the value of Q in this case, which is going to be, which we have assumed, right, 7x. So this equation is going to give us as 49 by 13x. Okay, this one, this is the value of P we have got. Now again what we will do, from equation second one, which is Q is to R is equals to 7 is to 13. Okay, what we are going to do is this time we are going to find out the value of R. Okay, so R will be how much? R will be 13 by 7 and Q. Okay, so 13 by 7 into 7x, this is going to cancel 7 and 7, we are going to get 13x. We have found the value of P in terms of x, we have found the value of R in terms of x, and we have also assumed the value of Q in terms of x. Now let us substitute all these values. So P is to Q is to R, what we can write, 49x by 13. This is the P value which we have got. Next value is what? Q, which is 7x, which we have assumed, and R value that we have got is 13x. Now what we will do, we will just simply multiply 13 with all the three values to simplify the equation further. So 7x into 13 and 13x into 13. Okay, so here this will get cancelled out, this will be 49x, and then 13 into 7x will be 91x, and then 13 into 13 will be 169x. Okay, removing x from everywhere, we will get the final ratio as 49 is to 91 is to 169, which is going to be our option number C. That is why the correct answer for this question is option number C. Hope you have understood it. So let's look at this question. How can we solve this? The question is, Jason rows a boat at 13 km/h in still water. If the river is running at 3 km/h and it takes him to row to a place and back in 1 hour 30 minutes, how far is the place from him? Okay, the options are 120 by 13 km, 113 by 12 km, 132 by 13 km, and 120 by 7 kilometers. Let's see how can we solve this question. First of all, let us note down the data that is given to us. Okay, so initially what is given to us is speed of Jason in still water. Okay, so how much it is given? It is given as 13 km/h, right? If you see in statement number 1, Jason rows a boat at 13 km/h in still water. This was the data given to us. Next data that is given to us is speed of river current. Okay, current speed of river is 3 km/h. So total time for round trip is given is what? In the third sentence, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, these are the three data that is given to us, and we need to find how far is the place from him. Okay, so see, first of all, based on this data, there are two speeds that we can deduce. Okay, what are the two speeds? First speed is speed while going, okay, which is also called as downstream, right? So that is how much? 13 plus 3 kilometers, which is going to be your 16 km/h. And next is your speed while returning, which is also called as upstream. Okay, so speed while returning, which is 13 minus 3, which is going to be your 10 km/h. Okay, Hope you have understood how we are calculated. So our Jason speed in still water is 13 km per hour and speed of river current is 3 km per hour. So while going it will be added and while returning it will be subtracted. So we will have these speeds. Okay. Now let us see the time calculations. So you know the value of distance, right? Distance, speed is equals to what? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Using this formula only we can say time is equals to what? Distance upon speed. Okay. Now we do not have the speeds values, right? Sorry, not speed, but we do not have the distance value, so we will take it as d, because d is the only thing that we have to calculate. See how far is the place from him, so that is distance only. So what we will write, d upon s, which will be our speed. Now speed, what we will do, we will sum both the speeds. Okay, that is the downstream speed and the upstream speed. So d upon 16 plus d upon 10, which is going to be equals to how much? It is given to us as 3/2. Okay, what is this 3/2? This 3/2 we will convert 1 hour 30 minutes to fraction, so it will be 3/2. Okay, 3/2 hours simply. So now we will just solve this one. Okay, so you can do it in any way. You can take LCM, you can like directly cross multiply anyhow. So once you will solve it, you will get 13d divided by 80 is equals to 3/2. Okay, I'm not solving it quickly. Otherwise, if you want to solve it, what you can do is this will multiply there 10d plus this will multiply there 60d, and then this will both multiply below 160, and then this will be 3/2. Further you will solve cross, you will cut off the values which are extra, then you will get this as the final equation. Now based on this equation we are going to find the value of our d. So this 2 will multiply there, which is going to be 26d, and this 80 into 3 will be 240. Okay, now d will be what? 240 divided by 26, which is going to be one, if we will cancel this by 2, it will be 120 divided by 13. Okay, and distance is in kilometers, so we will write kilometer. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, option A is this one. The correct answer of this question is going to be option number A. Hope you have understood it. Let's move on now to the next question. Let's look at this question that we have. The question is the number of ways to divide 8 students into 2 different groups of equal numbers to perform an experiment is. Okay, and we have the option is 140, 70, 60 and 120. So see guys, this question is based on combinations. Okay, combinations. So we have to find the number of ways to divide 8 students in 2 different groups of equal numbers to perform an experiment. Okay, so if you remember, there is a formula that is NCR is equals to n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Okay, we are going to use the same formula. So in our case, n value is what? 8 number of students are there, and we have to like 2 different groups of equal numbers, which means 4 4, right? So how many combinations will form? We will have to calculate that. So 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 8 minus 4 factorial. Okay, which is going to be 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 4 factorial. This can be written as 8 7 6 5. Okay, and into 4 factorial, and this will be 4 factorial into 4 3 2 1. This will get cancelled out, and then further cancelling we can do. So for example, 4 2s are 8, this can get cancelled. 3 2s are 6, this can get cancelled. So 2 5s are 10 into 7, which is going to be 70. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number B, which is 70. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. A pipe can fill a tank in 12 hours while a leak, which is at 1/6 at the height of the tank, can empty up to the part in S hours. If both are opened simultaneously and initially the tank is full, then what will be the 1/6 full? Okay, see, we have options as 9 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours and 12 hours. So how can we solve this question is, first of all, let's understand the statement again. A pipe can fill a tank in 12 hours. Okay, this data is given. So based on this data, what we can write is filling rate is what? Filling rate is going to be 1/12 per hour, right? In 1 hour it will be 1/12, right? Next is leak is at 1/6 of the tank and can empty that part in S hours. Okay, so what can we write in that case? Emptying rate. Okay, emptying rate is going to be, emptying rate is equals to 1/S per hour. Okay, again for 1/6 of the tank. Okay, for 1/6 of the tank. And what we were told is initially the tank is full and both pipe and the leak are open. So we need to find when the tank will be 1/6 full. Okay. So let's understand the leak effect. The leak effects only the bottom of 1/6 of the tank, right? It is told when it will be 1/6 full, which means it is only affecting the bottom 1/6 of the tank. This means the leak empties the full tank at the rate of 6/s per hour, right? Leak empties the tank at a rate of 6/s per hour, right? Now net drainage rate is what? Net drainage rate. Net drainage rate is filling rate minus emptying rate. Okay. So filling rate we have already found 1/12. Emptying rate is 6/s, right? Because see, we have told, right, 1/s per hour for 1/6 of the tank. So leak empties the tank at a rate of 6/s per hour. Okay. So that is why 6/s. This is s. Okay. Don't get confused. Now what we have to find is finding the time to reach 1/6 full. Okay. Because that is only which we have to find. So that how we will calculate is the tank starts full and must reach 1/6 full, right? So amount of water to be lost is 1 minus 1/6, which is going to be 5/6 of the tank. Okay, this much amount needs to be lost. Okay, which is 5/6 is what we will say T into 1/12 minus 6/s, which is our net drainage rate. That is T into our net drainage rate. Okay, so we have found out, right, how much of water needs to be drained out. So that is why we have formed this equation, and now when we will solve it, we will get the value as of T as 10 hours. Okay, I'm not solving it completely, but if you solve this equation, you will get the value as 10 hours. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number C, that is 10 hours. Okay, hope you have understood it. Let's move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. What is the minimum value of the following expression on the x-axis? We have the equation as 8a square plus 6a plus 4, and we have the different options that is given to us. See, before solving this question, you should know one thing, that a quadratic equation of this form, that is ax square plus bx plus c, becomes or reaches minimum or maximum. Okay, at what? A is equals to minus b by 2a. Okay, so this is like one general rule, okay, that you should know before solving this question. Now based on this, what we will do, we will like solve our equation. So see, in our equation, A is what? A is 3, right? A is, sorry, 8, this one, right? Then B is 6, and then C is 4, right? B is 6 and C is 4. Now using this, what we will do, we will substitute these values in our this one. So A is equals to what? Minus 6 by 2 into 8, which is this one, right? Which is equals to minus 6 by 16, which is further equals to minus 3 by 8. Okay, so like cancelling it out with 2, it will give us this much. Okay, so we have got the value of A in this form. Now what we will do, we will start solving our equation. So see, 8a square plus 6a plus 4. Okay, 8a, which means 8 into 3 3s are 9, and 8 is a 64. Okay, basically I'm substituting this value in place of a, plus 6 into minus 3 by 8 plus 4. Okay, this will equals to how much? 72 by 64 minus 18 by 8 plus 4. Okay, now we will further solve it by taking the LCM and all. So it will be 9 by 8. First of all, I'm cancelling this out. Okay, so 9 by 8, I'm cancelling it with 8. So 9 by 8 minus 18 by 8 plus 4. Okay, this will give us, finally solving it completely will give us 23 by 8. Okay, which is equals to 2.875. Okay, and if you convert it into mixed fractions, it will be minus 3 by 8. Okay, so the correct answer is going to be option number C for this question. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. In this one, we have to find out at the place of question mark, out of the given options, which symbol will come. Okay, and the options are circle, triangle, star, square and plus. Okay, so let's see how to solve this question. But before that, I would suggest you guys that please pause for a moment, try to solve it on your own, and then you can proceed with the solution. This way you will get the better practice of solving these types of questions. Okay, let's now see. See, first of all, what we will do, we will try to eliminate which cannot come, right? So see, circle cannot come obviously because circle is already there once in this row, right? So more than one circle cannot come again. So that is why we have eliminated circle. Let's eliminate in the same way square also, because square is also there in the same row. We can also eliminate plus because plus is already there once in that column. Now we are left with only two symbols, that is star and triangle. So let's now try to see what can come here. Okay, in order to see what will come in place of question mark, we will try to figure out what can come here out of star and triangle. See, if you see in this row, can star come here? No. Why? Because star is already in this row. Okay, so star cannot come in this place. Can star come here? No, it cannot come in this place. So the only place is left for star in the second column is this one, right? C2 column is this one. Now if star itself is coming here, then the possibility of star coming in the place question mark is also eliminated. So now we are only left with one symbol, which is triangle. So the correct answer for this question is going to be triangle. So triangle will come in the place of question mark. Hope you have understood the logic. So make sure that you ask any doubts if you have in the comment section. Moving on to the next one. Let's look at this question. We have the question mark in row 4th. Okay, and we have to select one of the options from the signs from the given options. Okay, let's see. See, first of all, star and circle cannot come because star and circle are already coming in this column. So we cannot have two same signs in the same column. Okay, so we have eliminated both of these. Then what else? We have plus and triangle. So see, if we put a plus here, then triangle has to go there, but triangle cannot come in this row because already there is a triangle. So it is mandatory that we have to put a triangle here, and then when we will put a plus here, there will be no problem, right? So the correct answer in this case is going to be triangle. So question mark will be replaced with triangle in this case. Let's look at this question. So we have the question mark here in the 3rd row. Okay, so we have to fill one sign in from these given options such that it should not be repeating in the row and it should not be repeating in the column also. That is the concept we have to follow. Let's see. So see, obviously star and triangle cannot come because star and triangle are already coming in this row. So we can eliminate these two options, right? Now we are left with three signs, which is circle, plus and square. So see, square cannot come in this place, right? Because square is already there in this row, right? And also if you see, now we are only left with two empty boxes in this column. So square cannot also come here also because square is there in the first row also. So the only place for square that is left is this one. So question mark cannot be replaced with square, that is for sure, because square is going to come in this last place. Now we have only two options with us, that is circle and plus. So see, circle can fit in both places. Okay, as such there is no problem as of now. But if you see plus cannot go there. So the correct arrangement will be what? Plus will come here and circle should go there. So the correct answer should be that the plus should come in the place of question mark and circle can fit in, but that is not the correct answer because we also have to see the arrangement of the others also. So the correct answer for this question is going to be plus. Let's look at this question. In this question we have question mark at the first cell, okay, which is in first row and first column. Let's see which thing can come here, which symbol can come here. Obviously star cannot come because star is in the same column. So we will eliminate star. Then we will see what are the other options. See, in the second row, if you see, already one square is there, one triangle is there, and one square, one triangle, and one star is there. Okay, which means only place left for this is circle here. Okay, so circle is already here, which means this position is blocked by circle, and so circle can also not come in this question mark place because circle is already coming in this column, right, at another place. We have now two options left, triangle and square. See, if we put square here, that is not possible. Can we put that? No, because in this row already one square is there. So square cannot come here. So the only place for square is here in this column. So square will come here and then triangle will come here. So the correct answer for this question is going to be square. That is, the question mark will be replaced with square. Let's look at this question. We have the question mark in second row. Okay, and we have to tell which symbol will come here. Okay, in this place of question mark. See, star cannot come, triangle cannot come, and circle cannot come because they all are in the same column already, and we cannot have more than one same symbol in the same column. Okay, so because of that we will eliminate star, triangle and circle. So the only left option is square. So the correct answer for this question is going to be square. Question mark in the place of question mark, square should come. Okay, let's now see the next question. Let's look at this question. We have question mark in the third row. Okay, here we have to tell out of the given options which will come in the place of question mark. See, first of all, triangle cannot come here because triangle is already there in once in this column. So we have removed triangle as the possibility. Then we have square. So square also cannot come here because square is also there in the same row, right? So now we are only left with circle and star. So if you see, if we put a star here, okay, then circle has to go there. Okay, then that is a correct sense. But if you think the other way, can you put a star here? No, because star is already coming in this row, in this column, right? So we cannot put a star there. So the only place for star for this row is here, and then circle can correctly come in that place. So that is why the correct answer for this question is going to be star. So star is the one which will be replacing the question mark in this case. Let's move on to the next one. Let's look at this question. We have the question mark here and we have to find which symbol will come in the place of question mark. See, first of all, star and triangle cannot come because star and triangle are already in the first row, right? So we will eliminate both of them. Now we are only left with square and circle. So see, square can come, but if you see the other position in the same row, square cannot come here because square is already there in this last column. So the only option that we have for square in the first row is this place, and then circle can come here. So in this way, the correct answer for this question will be square. Okay, that is the question mark will be replaced by square. Let's look at this question. We have to find out what will come in the place of question mark. We have four options: square, triangle, circle and star. Okay, let's try to understand this problem. First of all, star cannot come because star is already there in this column, right? And one symbol cannot come twice in one same column, right? So we can eliminate star. Star is not going to be the option. Now let's move forward. See, before solving question mark, let's try to fill the positions in this second row. Okay, so in the second row already one circle is there, one square is there. Now we have two things which are left, that is star and triangle, that needs to be filled in these two places. Now obviously star cannot be filled in this place because already one star is coming, so star has to be filled here, and then the remaining one is what? Triangle. So triangle has to fill here. Now if you see, according to our question, triangle is also eliminated because triangle is already coming in this column, right? Now we are left with two options, which is square and circle. So if you see square, can you put square here? No, right? Because square is already occupied right in the same row. So you have to fill square here, and then circle can be filled here. So if you see, our question mark will be replaced with square. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be square. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question, guys. In this question, actually we have to find out what will come in the place of question mark. Okay, and we are given these options. So which symbol will come in the place of question mark, that we have to find. So first let's try to eliminate the ones which cannot come. So see, circle cannot come because circle is in the same column and in the same row. So one symbol cannot come twice in the same column or same row. Okay, so that is why we have eliminated circle. Now if you see, in this second row already one triangle is there and one star is there. So the remaining two which can come is one circle and one square. So circle cannot come here because in this column circle is there. So definitely circle has to be here, and then the remaining one square has to be here, right? So see, now we already found that square will come in this position. So square also is eliminated because question mark, at the place of question mark, square cannot come again, right? It can only come once. Now let's try to fill this place. Okay, see, now what we are left with in this row, circle, square is already done. Okay, circle and square is already done. Now triangle and star are left. So triangle cannot come here, right? So the only option for triangle is this one. So that is why star will come here. So in the answer for this question will be triangle, because in place of question mark it will be replaced with triangle. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. We have to figure out what will come in the place of question mark. Okay, so see, first of all, let's try to eliminate the ones which cannot come in this place of question mark. So triangle and star cannot come because they are already coming in the same column, right? So these cannot be the options. Now we are left with circle and square. So see, we have circle and square. So in the same column, if we put can we put a square in this place or not? No, because square is already there in once in this line, right? So definitely here we need to put circle. So what we are left with is square. So square will come here, right? So that is why the correct answer for this question will be square. So question mark will be replaced by square. Let's move on to the next question now. Let's look at this question. So what we are told is See, I'll tell you what is the question. First, we are told these two grids follow the same rule. Basically, this grid and this grid follow the same rule. We have to understand the pattern, and then we are asked a question based on that. Which of these groups follow the same rule that was followed in the given, like these two images, okay? And now these are our option images. We have to tell. So let's mark the images, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, these are like 4 different grids. Okay, so we have to tell out of these 4 which of them are following the same pattern as per the question images. Okay. So let's try to understand the pattern. So the pattern is in the first row and in the last row, we have this plus marks. Okay, and okay, now before guys watching the solution, I would suggest that pause the minute and think of it. Okay, then only your like muscle memory will increase, and then you will get the practice of solving these kinds of question. Otherwise, if you will watch directly, then you won't get it. Okay, so now we will proceed with the solution. So if you have also practiced or tried from your end, then you can start watching the solution. See now. In the first row and the last row we have plus here. Here also in the first row and the last row we have plus here. So the logic is first row and last row has plus in all the cells. Okay, basically based on this rule we have to find out. Now let's see this first option. See, in first option, first row does not have the plus in all the cells. Let's see second row. Yes, second row does have. So we can say yes, this is following the logic. Third row, the third image, yes, the third image is also following it. So we can say yes, this is also following the logic. And fourth again is not following the logic. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number, like that is image number second and image number 3 are following the same rule as per the given images. Okay. So hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Okay. And to see more such videos, you can check the complete playlist. Okay, that is there on the channel. So let's now move on to the next question. Let's try to solve this question. Here we have a question mark given to us. We need to find out of the given options which symbol can come in the place of question mark. The options that we have are square, triangle, circle, and star. So see, before we directly find out what will come in the place of question mark, we need to eliminate which cannot come. Okay, so see, obviously triangle cannot come, right? Because triangle is already coming once in this row, right? Now directly we cannot think of what will come in place of question mark. For that we need to fill some other empty boxes. Let's try to fill this empty box. Okay, in this column if you see already star, square, and circle is coming, so only one option is left, which is triangle. So triangle will come here, right? So in this way we can also say that triangle was already eliminated for us, so that is fine. Now let's try to fill these two empty boxes. Okay, what can come here? Already star is there and square is there. So what is left is circle and one more triangle is remaining. Okay, so triangle cannot come here because already in this column triangle is coming. So triangle will go here and circle will go here. Now see, we can even eliminate circle also from our options because circle is coming in the same column, right? Let's now see what else can come here. If you see, let's try to fill in these two boxes. Okay, so circle is here and triangle is here. So if circle is here and circle is here and star is here. Okay, so if circle and star is there, what are the two options left for us? We have square and we have triangle. Okay, so can square come here? Yes, it can come, but triangle cannot come here because triangle was already occupied with the other one. So I am going to put triangle here. Okay, so now square is also eliminated from our options. Now the only option that is left for the question mark is star. So question mark is going to be replaced with star. Hope you have understood it. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's try to look at this question. We need to find out in place of question mark which symbol will come. So we have the options as square, triangle, circle, and star. Okay, so let's see. Before directly solving this row, let's try to solve the row where maximum number of symbols are there, because that is the easy trick to solve these questions. See, now we have already square and star, two things in this row. Right now, what are the other two things which can come in these two empty boxes? One circle and one triangle. Obviously triangle cannot come in this row because in this row already one triangle is there. So the only option that can come in this row is circle. Then the only one left for this row is triangle. So triangle will come here and circle will come here. Now let's start eliminating which cannot come in the question mark. First of all, square cannot come because square is coming in the same row. Also triangle cannot come because triangle is also coming in the same column. Now we have two options, which is circle and star. So now even before looking that also, let's try to fill in some more other empty boxes. See, we have this row which is triangle and circle row. In this one already at this position, what can come? Okay, see, already in this column triangle and circle is there. So what are the two options that we are left with?
square and star. So can square come here? No, because square is already coming in this row. So the only option that can come here is star. So square will come here, right? So now since star is also coming in the same row, star also cannot come in the place of question mark, because one symbol can come in one time, right? So the only option that we are left for question mark is our circle. So in this case, the question mark is going to be replaced with circle. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Moving on to the next one. Let's look at this question. So in this question, we have this problem statement where we need to find out that in place of question mark, which of the given symbols will come. Okay. So let's try to solve this. Before that, if you want to understand how this logic works, I would suggest that please pause for a second, try to think on your own, and then you can proceed with it. Okay. See, the basic concept is one symbol cannot come twice in a row and in a column. So for example, if in this row a triangle is already there, so one more triangle cannot come, right? We know that. So let's eliminate triangle as one of the options and square as one of the options, because we have to find what will come in place of question mark, and triangle and square are already there. So now let's see what can come. Now we are left with plus and circle. So let's see, can we fit a plus here? Can we fit it? No, that is not possible. Why so? Because plus is already coming once, right? So the only option that we have is plus will come here and here circle will come. Okay. So that is why the answer for this question is question mark will be replaced with plus. Okay. That is why the correct answer will be plus. Hope you have understood it. So guys, before we move on to the next question, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and make sure that you share it with your friends who are also preparing for these kinds of questions. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's try to solve this question. In this question, we have to tell in place of question mark which symbols out of the given option will come. Okay, and the options are plus, circle, triangle, and square. So guys, before solving the video, I would suggest you that please pause it for a moment, try to think of the answer on your own, and then watch with the solution. Okay, so let's now see. See, the concept is in this row, all the three are already coming. The three symbols like square, triangle, and plus. So these three cannot be the answer. Okay, plus, square, plus, triangle, and square. Okay, the only option that is left is circle. So that is why question mark needs to be replaced with circle in this case. Okay, hope you have understood it. If for any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this problem. So in this problem, you are given a mathematical statement, okay, and you need to create a correct combination of digits to make LHS equals to RHS. Okay, so like this side of expression, we have to make this equals to this, and the condition is one digit may be used once. In some cases, all the digits may not be available. Let's try to solve this question. Okay, see, the main condition that is given to us is you cannot use one digit twice. Okay, for example, let's write this statement here. Okay, equation here. So we have these places that we need to fill using the digits from 1 to 9. Okay, now it is already told in this question, although we are given all the digits from 1 to 9, but there can be questions where you are not given all the digits from 1 to 9. They might give you few digits out of 1 to 9, okay, like 4, 2, 5, 8 or something they will give, and you have to use those only to find out your answer. But in this question, since all the digits are given to us, let's try to find out the answer. But firstly, I'll tell you the wrong answer, that what is wrong in that answer, and then we will proceed with the correct answer. And guys, I would suggest you, if you already have some idea in mind, pause the video and try to think of it, and then proceed with the solution. If you are not getting any hint, then you can directly watch the solution. Okay, let's see. So I'm telling you what is not the correct way of solving this one. See, one possible way of solving this is 5 into 3 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. So now you might think that, okay, this is correct, and you might select this one, but this is wrong. Why? Because we are already told a condition that one digit should be only used once, and we are using 5 twice in this case, right? That is why this is a wrong one. Now let's see what can be the correct one. See, so incorrect one, you can take a 4, and then one digit you can take is 3. So 4 into 3 will be how much? 12. So how much is remaining now to make it 20? So 8 is remaining, right? So this can be a correct answer. Okay, that is 4 into 3 plus 8 becomes 20. So in this one, what is happening is you are even making your LHS equals to RHS also, and then you are also following the condition, which is one digit is coming once. So this is absolutely correct. Okay, now the main important thing about this question is there can be more than one answers also. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I have found this answer, but there is another possible solution for this. So yeah, that is totally fine. There can be more than one answers. So I'll tell you what can be the other possible answers for this one. So it can be 2 into 9 plus 2 equals to 20. This is wrong. Okay, I am telling you wrong one first. Next is this one is correct, which I am telling you. So 7 into 2 plus 6, okay, which is 14 plus 6 is 20. This is correct. The first one we saw is correct. This one was wrong. Okay. Next one can be 3 into 4 plus 8. 3 into 4 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. So this is also correct, and we are using 3 different digits. Next one is 6 into 2, which is 12, and then plus 8. So this is also absolutely correct, because here also we are using 3 different digits. Okay, none of the digits are repeating. So hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section, and to see more such videos, you can check the complete playlist. Okay, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, because there are a lot of helpful videos that I regularly post. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. We have question mark in the second row. Okay, and we need to see which of these options will come in the place of question mark. See, first of all, we have to eliminate all the ones which are there in the same row or same column. Okay, so plus is already there in this column, so plus cannot come twice. So definitely in the place of question mark, plus cannot come. Similarly is the case with star also. Star is already there in this column, so in this column star is already there, so star cannot come in the place of question mark also. Again, triangle is also there, so triangle also we have to eliminate. The only option that is left is circle. So after putting circle, we can see in this row nowhere circle is coming, and in this column also nowhere circle is coming. So the circle is correct answer for this question. Let's look at this question. So in this question, we have question mark in the first place, right? That is in the first row. So now we have to find what sign can replace question mark here. Okay, while solving, we have to understand that in one row, one sign can come only once. Okay, and in one column, one sign can come only once. So let's see. Triangle cannot come in this place of question mark, because triangle is already there in this column, right? Also, plus can also not come, because plus is already there in this column. If you see, star can also not come, because star is there in this row, right? So we cannot have two stars in the same row. So that is why star can also not come. The only option that is left is circle. So if we put a circle here, that is following our conditions also. So that is why circle is going to come in this place. So circle is the answer of this question. Let's look at this question. Okay, so guys, what we have question mark in our row number 4th. Okay, so in this question we have to find out what symbol will come out of these given options in the place of question mark. Let's try to solve this problem. See, first let us eliminate the extra options which will not come. Plus cannot come, because plus is already there in this column, right? So in one column, same sign cannot come twice, right? So plus cannot come here. Again, circle can also not come here, because circle is already there in this column. Now we are left with 3 signs. So we have to figure out of these 3 which one will come. So let's understand. Before that, before finding what will come here, let us try to fill this position. See, if you notice row number 2, which is this row, in this already 3 signs are there, which means 2 more signs possibilities there. Okay, what are the 2 more signs which can come in this place? One is star and one is square. So obviously square cannot come here, because square is already in this row. So star will come here, and then square will come here, right? So then row 2 will be completed. Right now, while completing this row 2, we also completed this position of our column 2. So now if you see, we are only left, because square is already there in this column, so square can also cannot come in this question mark position. Now we are only left with 2 signs, which is star and triangle. So if you see, triangle we cannot put here, right? Because triangle is already there in the last row. So obviously the only place for triangle is this one, and the star will go here. Okay, so the star cannot come in this question mark. So the only thing that will come in question mark is triangle. So the correct answer for this question is going to be triangle. Hope you have understood the concept. Let's look at this code. So in this one, what we have is, we have input figures, and then we have a code that is given to us, based on which we have to generate a figure, and then based on that figure, again we have to find out what will be the correct code that is getting followed. So first step is, let's give them the marking quickly, 1 2 3 4, and then using this code, what I will do is, I will make my figure. Okay, so see, 4 2 3 1. So 4 is what? Plus, 2 is triangle, 3 is circle, and then 1 is star. Now this is our new pattern. Based on this, we have to see how which code is getting followed to give the particular output. Let me give the new markings to this, 1 2 3 4, and then what I will do, I will check. Okay, so 1 is in its own place, 2 is also here, then 4 is there, and then 3 is there. So let's see if we have this code, 1 2 4 3. Yes, first one is the correct answer. Okay, so in this way 1, 2, 4, 3 will be the correct answer for this one. Hope you have understood these types of questions. In these types of question, basically a figure input image will be given to you and one code will be given to you that you have to exactly follow. Based on that, you have to deduce the image, and then based on the deduced image, you have to figure out what will be the code that will be followed to give the output given. Okay, so the correct answer in this case will be 1, 2, 4, 3. Let's see this types of questions. So guys, in this types of question, you have one more level up. Okay, let's see. First of all, what we will do, we will simply do the markings. Okay, now in the first level, the already code is given to us. That is, this figures will go through this code and we will get one output. Okay, and based on that output that we get, again it has to go via some more code and then we will get this final output. So how you will solve this question is, so if we will pass this input through this code, okay, that is 2, 1, 4, 3. So what we will get the output as 2, that is triangle, 1 is plus, 4 is circle, and then 3, which is star. So this is the output we have got at this point. Now we have to check. Okay, again we have to give the markings here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now we have to check how our output is getting formed. So let's see, circle is 3, plus is 2, triangle is 1, and then star is 4. So this is our output that we are getting. So let's see if we have this code 3, 2, 4, 1. Yes, 3, 2, 4, 1 is there. So this one is the correct answer for this one. Okay, 3, 2, 4, 1. I hope you understood this type of question. Here at one level, the code was already given to us. So based on that, we have to deduce the figure, and then based on the figure deduced, we have to find out what is the exact code that is getting followed. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's look at this question. So we have again input figures, and then we have output figures, and we have different codes. We have to tell which is the correct code that will convert the input to the output. Okay, so first of all, I'll tell you trick how you can do it quickly. Okay, kind of short trick without wasting more time. See, first understand what is coming on the first portion. Okay, the first portion, that the thing that is coming is this fourth figure. So you can see in your answer figure, the answer will start with 4. Okay, so check your options now. So in your option, you can see you have only one option as your answer, which is starting with 4. So this is only going to be the correct answer. In this way, you have to quickly check it. Okay, and the other thing is, you might have other option also. Like for example, if you have the codes like this, okay, 4, 1, 2, 3, or something like 4, 1, 2, 4, and 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, like all the options are starting with 4 only. Then what you have to do, you have to check your codes. That in your codes, like which digit is different, okay, which can easily help you to identify it. So in that case, you have to use that. But in our case, all the first digits were different, so we have used that only. Okay, from the output. Hope you have understood it. Now let's verify our answer. So I will give the markings to the remaining also, and we will see where they are going. So star is 2, circle is 1, and then plus is 3. So our final code is 4, 1, 2, 3, as we have already found out with the short trick. Moving on to the next question. Let's look at this question. Again, in order to solve it, what I will do is, first of all, I will mark these numbers. Okay, I will give them markings to the figures. Okay, now we have input, we have codes, and then we have output. Okay, let's see how we can solve it. So first of all, what we will do is we will give the numberings to the output one. Okay, so see, plus is at number 1 position, circle was at number 2, star was at 4, and then this is at 3. So how you will solve it? 3, 4, 2, 1. So this is the correct code for this. Okay, so the answer for this is going to be 3, 4, 2, 1. Now guys, I will give you a quick trick. Okay, because these types of questions, you need to attempt a lot of questions in short time. So how you will do it? So see, first of all, whenever you get the question, you can't do any numbering and all. Okay, while I'm explaining, I'm doing this numbering and all so that you understand better. What you have to do, you have to understand what is at the first place. See, first place, you have plus. Okay, in the answer figure, what is where is first? Okay, so first is at the last place. Check your options. How many options? One is coming at the end. So in only one option, one is coming at the end. So yes, this is only going to be the correct answer. In this way, you can solve these questions very quickly and without wasting any time, because usually elimination method will definitely work in these kinds of questions. Okay, like if you are solving this question, try to figure it out this way, and if the question is complex, then you can take more time. But with this way, it will be solved very quickly. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see this question that we have. So in this question, we have again inputs, okay, input images, then we have different codes given to us, and then we have outputs. Let's see how we will solve it. So for simplicity, I will mark the images as 1, 2, 3, and 4 so that I can make you understand in a better way. Now let's see, this triangle is at which position. So it is again at here only. Second image was circle, it is also here. Third image is here, so I will mark it 3 here, and fourth image is here. Let's see the code that we have, 1, 2, 4, 3. So this will be the correct answer in this case, okay, because our input is going through this code to get the output which is given to us. Okay, so I hope you are understanding how we are finding the answers. So the answer for this will be 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, moving on to the next question. So guys, let's understand how we can solve deductive reasoning switch challenge based questions. Okay, so see, I will be using this image to make you understand how this concept works. So basically in these types of questions, you will be having three things. Okay, you will be having an input, one output, and then you will be having different multiple codes that are given to you. Okay, now you have to tell this output, if gone through a particular code, what will be the output you will get. Okay, if this input gone through a particular code, what will be the output you will get. Now how we will solve it, let's see this question only. So see, let's mark these images as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, to understand it better. Now in our answer figure, which image is first? 3, then which is there? 2, then 4th, and then 1. So let's see if we have this code or not. 3, 2, 4, 1. Yes, we have. So our input is following this code and then it is converting it to output. So in this way, we have to solve these types of questions. Now let's see different types of questions that can be formed on this concept.
So guys, so far we have solved a lot of questions. Now I have one DIY question for you. DIY as in do it yourself. I will not be telling you the answer of this question. You need to comment down the answer of this question. So you have a given input figures and then you have different codes. You have to tell based on these codes which is the correct code that the input should be passed through, so that we will get the output figures. Okay, so make sure to attempt this question and write down your answers in the comment box. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you do, please give it a like. If you have any more doubts, please drop them in the comment section. You can also join me on Telegram and follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Instagram DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on any of the important updates or notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.